Hello, this is Stacy Drake here. I was going to upload a video of me traveling through Long Island, but all of those clips I was going to upload and edit together got deleted. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, this is a compilation of rants about Southern Westchester BOCES and the discrimination on Long Island. And I'm sorry I haven't been making videos that frequently recently. I've been just going through a lot of mental stress that is unrelated to the coronavirus. Anyway, we see all sorts of problems. Like when I was on that trip through Long Island, I saw trash all over Hicksville, Skidsville. I was going through Mineola, and things. There was a store that was boarded up with wood. There were places empty. There were vacancies. It's like the plan to ruin the middle of the island and make those enclaves on the South Shore succeed. I wasn't able to get to the South Shore that day, but I know what it's like. I know the Babylon station doesn't look too good, and neither does Freeport, but the other stations do look good. And this construction on the main line and there's being no shuttle buses, and all of a sudden they stopped running shuttle buses to Hempstead. So these 4 places are being neglected. I call them Skidsville, Wastebury, Skidiola, and Hempstead. If it becomes Hempstead was the first one to go down, then Westbury, then all of a sudden Mineola and Hicksville started to become like them. It's just so terrible. Yeah, and a guy who I'm subscribed to, who I really like, lives in Mineola. He always has hard times with this coronavirus, and he made recent videos, and I'm just covering this stuff for him because he doesn't want to talk about this stuff, and then he goes through a rough time, and because he has a similar disability to me. So please subscribe to Pine Power, and Pine Power, please mention me on some of your videos. It would be nice because I mention you in a lot of mine. Anyway, the thing that I compare about his life back when he lived in Westbury, I compare that to my life in the 11th and 12th grade in Irvington, BOCESkid. because we're basically going through the same things. These snobs from the South Shore are trying to ruin the middle of the island, and these mainstream students that invaded Irvington BOCES recently and are trying to control it. They're just ruining the lives of special ed students. Trying to take away. Here's an example of the corruption. They jammed 7th and 8th graders into Irvington High School just so they could get away with cutting special ed services and classes that were important to special ed kids. I think that's why they added 7th and 8th graders into Irvington BOCES, and I'm just ashamed of them. It's just they knew their situation was already bad enough, and people were begging for more electives, courses to be offered every year, including mandatory courses, and then AP courses. But they can't do that with 7th and 8th graders. They can't even do that with 7 classrooms if it's 9 or 12. So, and then the guidance counselor did nothing to help. Dr. K, she did help a lot, but all of a sudden, after she went through the CSE meeting for leaving high school, she changed her mind about giving me credit for the regents that I failed, made me take it again. unbelievable. I mean, that English Regents test is hard as hell. That's why I wrote that song and performed it twice on YouTube. I can't score 55. It's like impossible to pass that test. You know, all those snobs at Irvington BOCES who like refuse to even have conversations with me because of my disability. Intimidated me so much that I got kicked out of my math class. You know, that pre-calculus class that I wasn't ready for. Anyway, the comparison between Central Long Island and Irvington BOCES, they're trying to force the special ed students out of Irvington BOCES, and they're trying to force the working and middle classes out of Long Island. They illegally deny people apartments on the South Shore, and of course houses too. But it's just like ridiculous. People on Long Island are fighting to get their island back and stop these people from Wall Street from moving in onto the South Shore. That enclave between Merrick and Massapequa Park. It's just like... And I think that people in Long Island, instead of moving to New Jersey to be forced out, they should move to Westchester. It's just... It's a great place to live, and that's where I live, and that's just, like, great. It's really fun here. I was thinking of moving out of my parents' house in the future and going to this program called the Point program, where a lot of my friends from Tic Tac Go live. It's just like an excellent place. It's assisted living. So that'll bring this video to an end, and good luck, Pine Power, on everything.